Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to GutCheck the Third. My name is the Colonist, here flying solo today, and we're just going to give you a couple other things. We have a great show lined up for you today, starting out with the Marine versus Optimus Composite, a Jack Anderson exclusive match, which means that one member of the amusement park will be moving on to our next match in the next round of the GutCheck tournament. And I'm excited to see this match. Marine turning some heads, made it to the GutCheck Winners Battle Royal back in the day. Optimus Composite yet to debut. For those of you who don't know who Optimus Composite is, he is the less privileged, less budgeted younger brother of Optimus Prime. And instead of being able to help the Autobots beat Decepticons, or instead of turning evil, he decided to compete here in CIW instead. So, that's where Optimus Composite comes from. The Marine, the not John Cena Marine, is an actual Marine, and it should be an interesting match. I mean, you know the toughness of Marines. It's hardcore, like they're ready. But will he be able to beat a human truck? And we will find out in time. But speaking of time, here comes the Marine.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring, from Rhode Island, the Bull.
So, the not John Cena Marine, making his official televised debut in one-on-one action, as are most of the GutCheck participants. But, you know, I really like this guy. I think that the Marine, he's got a lot of potential, and we're going to have to see where he goes from here. And what a huge win this would be for the amusement park. Well, I guess the amusement park really doesn't lose out on this match whatsoever. Because no matter what, another member of the amusement park will move on, but you could make the argument that as a result, they now have one less man making it to the second round. But, you know, who knows? They've still got Eclipse in the mix. They've still got, no, because I guess Default lost. So who does that leave? I think that only leaves, there's only one member left. Here comes Composite.
And the opponent, from Anchorage, Alaska, the Alien.
So these fans not appreciating Optimus Composite whatsoever. Looks kind of poorly, like, assembled. As if somehow being the human version of a truck was just a little less appealing than being an actual Transformer truck. Which I guess I would understand the idea behind that. So, Optimus Composite making his way to the ring. And getting back to what I was saying, I think that the amusement park only has one member left after this match to compete in one-on-one action, and that is that guy who we saw in a losing effort in the tag team match against him in the Golden Mask. And so this match, the kickoff of our third episode, for those of you who are so excited, February 4th, that's this coming Wednesday, the anniversary show is ready and will be up. It is a hell of a show. We did the recording for it. You guys, for those of you who aren't pumped, you should get pumped, because we've got some good-ass programming right there for you. February the 4th, do not miss it. It will be, I will wake up, the first thing I'm going to do in the morning is I'm going to make sure that that video is uploaded so that for everyone's mutual satisfaction and benefit. And here we go, a one-on-one match in between two members of the amusement park, starting out pitted off against each other to start. Referee Luke Goss assigned to this contest, and here we go. And starting out with an Irish whip, not much really happening there in that exchange, but the Marine definitely has the toughness, the perseverance to defeat a truck. If there was any member of the United States Armed Forces that could defeat the younger brother of a truck, I believe it would be the Marines. Honestly, I would believe that the Marines could beat actual Optimus Prime if given the opportunity. But who knows? Maybe the Marine will find a way into the Magnation and fight Optimus Prime, the actual truck. But who knows? And actually, speaking of the Magnation, I want to pause for a second because I want to say thank you to Trevor for letting me come over and be a part of the commentary. That was a blast. I had a great time. Even though the syncing was a little off, it still worked. I appreciate all the fans who supported me in going into that. For those of you who might be transfers, if you will, from the Magnation, I welcome you to CIW as the Marine wrenches the back of Optimus Composite. And basically, I'm very honored that I was even suggested to be on guest commentary at this point. And, you know, no matter what, I appreciate it. I'd like to be able to go back and do more. I'm still in talks with Trevor, so who knows? So I may be back there. And I appreciate those Magnation people who are willing to check me out to give out a little bit of my material. And hopefully we will have the Magnation on CIW at some point, both Mag and Trevor. And so far, neither man able to get a definitive advantage in this match. But I just wanted to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you, Trevor. I had a blast. Can't wait to continue working with you in the future. And, you know, that's the type of thing that you want to be able to take away from doing guest commentary and stuff like that. We ended up having a great chemistry. And that was the first time that he and I had ever had any interaction other than online. So it was nice. It was nice being able to have that immediate chemistry, doing the immediate match, you know, and having that all line up the way it did was great. The Marine now is currently getting the advantage over Optimus Composite. Which one of these two men will make it into the second round of the GutCheck tournament, both representing the amusement park? And this is not the only instance of having two members of the same team compete against each other for the tournament. And because later there is a NWO Shark Tank versus Shark Tank match that is going to happen not too long from now, probably in the next episode. And, oh, a thumb to the eye by Optimus Composite. So this is not the first time it's going to happen, and it's just the way the bracket was set up, and now I'll take responsibility for that. But we're still in to see some great matches. Nice back suplex there by Optimus Composite. Take a drink. And Composite right now taking the fight to the Marine, but the Marine not going to quit. And of anyone ever. And holy crap. What a close line onto Optimus Composite, the Marine showing his strength. You may not see it in that out uniform, but the Marines are very built people, and as evidenced by that clothesline, the human force formation of a truck. This match continuing to go on, and another thumb to the eye, and Composite not playing fair at all, going for all the dirty underhanded tactics, which is not to say that that's not a good strategy. You know, you're trying to get it done. I'm a little surprised, honestly, just based on the fact that, oh, what is Composite doing here? It looks like a three-handled credenza or something along those lines. A very impressive maneuver there, targeting the knee, the right knee of the Marine, which may be smart on behalf of Composite to target a limb, and a scoop slam. A scoop slam taking down the not John Cena Marine. And even if I do give all of these guys entrances, I will make sure that the Marine does not get John Cena's. And a spike pile driver! And a nice little clap that the Marine gives, a little just applause, just like, yay, I did that spike pile driver. But back to my point about being somewhat surprised about the underhanded tactics. A nice hip toss by Composite, but you know, you think just because they're on the same team, they should have a chemistry, they should be somewhat united, have it be a clean match, but at the same time, it is all about grabbing that brass ring, if you will. Being able to grab that CIW GutCheck Championship, which we're so far away from crowning. But at the end of the day, you have to do whatever it takes to win, and I think that they both understand that. And referee Luke Goss, just still kind of monitoring the situation, hasn't really done anything yet. And another scoop slam by Composite. Down goes the Marine. Composite now starting to build a little bit of momentum, and a groin attack. Take a drink. And this cannot be very helpful for the Marine's morale, first of all, his genitalia, second of all, and his chances of winning the match, as you can see sprawled out on the mat. And now the Marine coming to. Will he have enough to take down this force of nature in Optimus Composite and just launching? The Marine is Optimus Composite all the way out of the ring. Composite keeping his composure. And I have to hand it to OC. You know, he's done a great job. He's done some underhanded tactics, but he's picked his spots. He's known when to attack and when to just regain himself. And it's been very effective thus far. And you can't disagree with that. And Will Composite and a bear hug now on the outside of the ring. And I don't think that he can tap out from that position. This is just a one fall to a finish, standard rules. Now, in the event of a countout, like a double countout, if you will, both men will be disqualified, which means whoever would be facing them in the second round will receive a second round bye. But I kind of doubt that's going to happen because in comes the Marine fighting back, still trying to fight back, but the forces of being the younger brother of a truck seem to be having the distinct advantage going forward. Which one of these two men will make it forward in the GutCheck tournament? This is the third episode of CIW GutCheck. Thank you very much for inviting us into your home. If you're just joining us for some reason, my name's the Colonist. Thank you for watching. And here comes Composite, who once again, just waiting until the Marine turned around, bided his time to deliver that attack, but the Marine now starting to try and climb his way back into the upper echelons of this match. Business beginning to pick up. The crowd starting to come alive. Everybody here getting pumped. And here we are in Utah, Salt Lake City. We are filming in Salt Lake City, Utah here for this episode of GutCheck. And now Composite now going in. What's he going to do here? It looks like just smacking the skull of the Marine. Just smacking him. 3 vicious clubs to the skull. And now what's Composite doing here? It looks like he might be going for a catapult. And the Marine's head just bounced off that bottom rope. Probably damage to the throat. Has to have been. But the Marine back up. So resilient. So willing. The drive is there to succeed. And now closed fist punches into the corner. Now taking Optimus Composite onto the ropes. But Composite trying to keep his momentum alive. And counters that maneuver. But I have to say, I'm impressed with the Marine because for every time a spinning heel kick, every time that the Marine has gotten beaten down, he's countered and he's come back and he's really tried to make sure that everything has gone his way. In a belly-to-belly suplex, Optimus Composite is reeling. Will we see as this mud hole is stomped into Composite's chest? Are we going to see the Marine pick up a victory here? And a kick to the back. The Marine trying to fight back, will not say die, will not quit, will not submit that easily, but might be, the OC bomb cover, is it over here? 3. And Optimus Composite will move on. And Optimus Composite, OC, after an abysmal scouting battle royal, which none of you saw, but after an abysmal performance there, comes back, gets a definitive win over his fellow teammate, the Marine. And I have to say, this sends a statement. Getting his first win in GutCheck, having to be as strong, as firmly grounded as that has been, maybe he's sending a statement not only to CIW, but to his brother, that he is not one to be trifled with. He's not one to be taken lightly. And OC, impressive to kick off this first match in this episode of GutCheck, and I am so excited to see what the rest of this show is. And your winner, Optimus Composite. But with that said, it is time to move on to our second match of the evening. Match 2. Alright, so we have the Mother Clucker of Magnitude's team going up against the Golden Mask of Trevolution, which, if you did not know, is a mystery. And this match, now I should preface this by saying I'm recording kind of out of order. So your main event tonight is going to have just me on commentary. And I know it seems a little disjuncted, I'm telling you that, but honestly, honesty is one of the best parts of commentary. So if my friend Smooth Jazz comes in for this second match, he will not be here for the third match. It's going to seem a little, I guess for lack of a better phrase, it seems almost like a continuity error. But the difference is, I'm telling you up front what the deal is. I'm not going to be one to try and deceive you, the fans. I have more respect for you than that. And I certainly have more respect for you than WWE has respect for you. But that's a story for another time, obviously. But the Mother Clucker, who made an appearance in the Winners Battle Royal in back at August Asylum, and here he comes right now, the Mother Clucker.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring, from Connecticut, Dynamite.
He's from Connecticut? I don't want to know that thing's in my state. I mean, we're currently in Utah, but like, I don't want him to know that we're in. Oh God, that means that if I'm just chilling at my house, the Mother Clucker could come into my house at any time. This horrifies me. I don't want a Majin Buu loving claws for hands, polka dot tux, massive ass duck feet being anywhere near my state. I would prefer he were in another country. I prefer if he were not even on this half of the world. If there was a hemispherical difference in location between myself and him, I would be a happy man. But that is not for me to decide. What I'm here to decide is that oh, here comes the Golden Mask.
From Calgary, Alberta, Canada. From Canada, Hollywood.
So the Golden Mask coming in very bright jacket. As you can see, evidence looked almost white. Well, at least it does in this, but I assure you, it is a bright yellow. For gold, the Golden Mask, who currently has a win as members of Trevolution, with him in the Golden Mask beating Eclipse and that guy in one of the tag matches last episode. And Trevolution is also, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Trevolution is also undefeated. Trevolution is undefeated so far in contests, because they won the tag match, and then him also picked up a victory against Mr. Vix back in the preliminary, back in the first round, another first round matchup. And let me tell you guys, your main event tonight is tremendous, and I can't wait for you to see it. And the Mother Clucker versus the Golden Mask. This is really just like a battle of the Mag Nation's captains, because you have Team Magnitude going up against Team Trevor, Trevolution. That is what this match is about, and it is all about that GutCheck Championship down the road. But for now, here is the Mother Clucker, here is the Golden Mask, referee Lucas separating them, and let's get it out! As referee Mills Lane would say. I don't know how many of you ever watched that show, Celebrity Deathmatch, the Claymation show. That show was hysterically funny. And I'm pretty sure they have like every episode on Hulu, which is what cracks me up, is that you can actually go back and rewatch that show. Nice headlock takeover there by the Golden Mask, who's going to need to use his agility to his advantage and take every opportunity he possibly can to stay alive in this match, because the Mother Clucker undoubtedly going to be ruthless and relentless, and a double hook bear hug is probably going to be a primary factor in the damage that the Golden Mask can sustain. But it's impressive, and Golden Mask smartly trying to use his speed to get the advantage early on in this matchup. But the Mother Clucker not intimidated by anyone or anything. Look at the size of his feet. You have feet that big. How intimidated could you possibly be by anybody? Because you just boot someone in the face and it would cover more than their face. And a nice rolling thunder there, somewhat off the mark by the Golden Mask, who definitely wants to represent Trevolution well, and what a win this would be for the Golden Mask, let alone for Trevolution, if the Mother Clucker ended up losing this contest. And the Mother Clucker now, what looks like might be going for a vertical suplex. Those who are now just dangling the head of the Golden Mask, and there it is, finally, the suplex. Nicely done by the Mother Clucker. Which one of these two men, unlike their predecessors, will make it in to the next round of the GutCheck tournament? Your guess is as good as mine, folks. I don't know who's gonna win. And that might be Smoothie coming in now, and a nice shoulder into the back. It looks, he may come in. He might come into the room, so we'll see what happens, but I know he is here. So, let's talk Super Bowl for a little bit, because Super Bowl, if this is going to go up the day before the Super Bowl airs, so hopefully I mean, obviously you haven't seen it at this point. None of us have seen it. Personally, I think a lot of America is kind of feeling like this match is kind of the lesser of, who's the lesser of two evils. And I mean, everybody finds a reason to hate the Patriots, but like, no one likes the winner of the last one. Everybody hates the Seahawks now just because of that. And then everybody has hated the Patriots because of how successful they've been. Nice leg sweep there. Down goes the mother clucker. And did it again in a very similar fashion. And the educated feet, and what a maneuver, what an aerial maneuver. Impressive by the Golden Mask. And the double feet to the chest of the mother clucker took up over his entire, like 1 foot of the mother clucker is probably the entire width of his chest. And a nice power slam, and down goes the Golden Mask. But my personal pick is I would like to see New England win. I think it's a toss-up. I would say that maybe Seattle's favored by 3 points, perhaps. I don't know. This is one match. I don't know. Nice shining wizard by Golden Mask. Mother Clucker has got to be reeling right now. This has been all Golden Mask in this contest. Another nice kick. And look at the skill and the maneuvering by the Golden Mask, using the speed to his advantage here in the early going of this matchup. And so, I mean, this is the first time in a long time where I really don't know who's going to win the Super Bowl. And I don't really have a pick. These guys seem pretty even. Like, who knows? And what is going on here? And the mother clucker, what an emphatic backbreaker. And down goes the Golden Mask, who has got to be in a tremendous amount of pain. After all of that aerial maneuvering and educated feat he did, a backbreaker of that magnitude has got to hurt. And what a clothesline! And down goes the Golden Mask. By the way, I am aware of the pun that I said that the magnitude of the Mother Clucker's backbreaker, because, you know, he's on Magnitude's team. But anyway, back to the match. And now I thought he was going to go for a DDT, went for a double underhook suplex instead. And the thing that's impressed me about the Mother Clucker, he's been hitting big moves and then taking his time to get his breath. But which one of these two men, or two beings, I can't really call the Mother Clucker a man, I don't think. Oh, and here comes the chicken wing. The cross-faced chicken wing could be over here if the Golden Mask taps, which he does not. But the Mother Clucker going for that chicken wing crossface. That could be it if he goes for a cover. Is it over here? No, not even a 1 count. Trevolution has obviously done their homework to combat the Mother Clucker, and especially the Golden Mask, who has been exploiting every single weakness, every opening he's gotten, he's used and utilized to the best of his ability. And now taking the time to get a little breath, to give some time to think. Mother Clucker going to the top rope, which seems kind of foolish, but I mean, you're a giant-ass polka-dotted tux-wearing chicken. Like, who gives a damn what anyone says you can and cannot do? Who's gonna stop you? But it certainly could be the Golden Mask, who has proven in this match that he is not going to go down without a fight. And you have to admire that, whether he wins or not. It's been a very impressive showing by the Golden Mask, by Trevolution, which just hell happens to be a mystery. And now the Golden Mask has got the Mother Clucker lifted up in an airplane spin. And I'm not sure what experience in airports the Mother Clucker has, because I doubt he'd be going on that plane without being screened at least 6 times, but that's not my decision. I don't pay for travel for that. All I do is I'm here and they come into the show, and what a stinger splash like maneuver, just splash into the corner. And now going to take the Golden Mask in for a groin attack. Take a drink. And I will take a drink because my throat's going to go sore. And this has been quite the match so far. The second of 3 singles matches in the 3rd episode of CIW GutCheck. Thank you once again for inviting us into your home. And now the Golden Mask going to club the back of the Mother Clucker, who has been a little lackluster in this match, I would have to say, compared to all the hype that the Mother Clucker would have provided. He's kind of come up shorter than expectations. And nice hurricane, nice head scissors. And down goes the Mother Clucker, but you have to wonder if maybe the Mother Clucker's power game has been having a greater effect than all of these quick strikes that the Golden Mask has been using. Because it certainly looks like the Golden Mask has been feeling a good portion of pain ever since that backbreaker started. And now the three-hand with credenza, it looks like, exploiting the knee. We saw this earlier in the OC Marine match. But the Golden Mask able to get out of it pretty quickly. Not too much damage done. And continuing the assault is the Mother Clucker. But will it be enough? And oh, holy crap! What a spine buster by the Mother Clucker. Mother Clucker ain't nothing to cluck with, if you know what I mean. Shout out to the Wu-Tang Clan in case you're watching. And I don't know why you would be, but a nice counter into a DDT looked like it was going to be a power bomb. Instead was countered by the Golden Mask, who's looking to build up some momentum once again, but two shoulder blocks is not going to help his chances whatsoever. And now the Mother Clucker going up to the top rope, went for an elbow drop off the mark. And now the Mother Clucker looking to gain some momentum, looking to finish off this match and cement his space in the next round of the GutCheck tournament, picking up a win for magnitude. He would be. And what's going on here? Oh, another one. It's another chicken wing. And is this going to do it? Is this going to make the Golden Mask tap out here? And it could very well if he doesn't get there, but no. The Golden Mask escapes, barely. But he is still in the hunt. He is still in the fight. The Mother Clucker, maybe that was an opportunity to go for the cover, did not choose to take that opportunity. And I'm not going to even try and say why he didn't go for the cover. I have no idea what goes on in that entity's brain. But all we know is that that brain has been influenced by Majin Buu. So, I mean, you have to take that for what it is. I mean, I doubt that the Mother Clucker can turn people into chocolate, but he still probably can cluck around a lot and kick some ass, which he has been doing thus far in this contest. Now, Irish Whip into the corner. Golden Mask reeling now. After that second chicken wing has been nothing short of beaten down completely. The BDC is the TNA might call it the Beatdown Club. But they're trying. They're doing they're trying. You know, I like TNA. TNA's kind of like the little sister of WWE. Like, they're trying to prove that they're as good, but like, and they're unique. And a nice reverse suplex there by the Golden Mask. Still not saying he will quit at this juncture in the matchup. But like, I don't know, they're trying. You gotta give them an A for effort. You know, you can give them a D for match quality if you really want to. I think their match quality is actually pretty good. Their storylines are what blow. And now that wrist lock, not going to exploit the referee's count, is the Mother Clucker, who is now feeling the effects of this match that has gone on for quite some time. And the Golden Mask, who's been proven to be a very resilient competitor here in this matchup, still around. Neither man able to get a distinct advantage. And the Golden Mask and the Mother Clucker, which one of these two men will succeed, will make it into that next match? I don't know. But I'm excited to see a nice leg sweep there. Looks like those have been doing the damage that he's wanted them to. But will that leg sweep be enough to get a cover? Is he going to go for a cover? No, instead going to go for almost an arm, trapping the arm, some sort of submission maneuver, a very nice maneuver. Mother Clucker not going to tap out on this exchange. The Golden Mask, who has already made his debut in CIW. Both of these men have. This is the second match for both of these men, which is pretty surprising. And the Golden Mask, who went for a finisher, it looked like, but the Mother Clucker not going to be the recipient of that just yet. Which one of these two men, which of these two beings, has the drive, has the resiliency to pull through this match and make it into the next round? Only time will tell. And the Mother Clucker now, what's he going to be doing? He's got him on the shoulder and might be going for a power slam. Almost a power slam into a sidewalk slam type of exchange and maneuver. in the Golden Mask in a rough place. I had a very weird cough right there, but 2 shoulder blocks and down goes the GM, if you will. And both of these guys have put in so much fight, so much effort, but who will come out on top? A nice vertical suplex, nice technically. I am somewhat impressed by the technical ability of the Mother Clucker, because for the most part it's been suplexes and, you know, he's got the submission maneuver like this. Here comes the chicken wing for the 3rd time. Is this going to put the Golden Mask away? It very well could. If he doesn't escape from this exchange, it could be over here. And will the Golden Mask tap out? No. And I almost thought that there was going to be a rope break involved at one point or another. But the Mother Clucker really needs to go for a cover here if he wants to secure the win. And there he does. Will it be over? Will Mother Clucker get the win? Yes, he will. And a great match by both of these guys. And I have to hand it to the Golden Mask. That was a pretty impressive showing against a clearly larger and more intimidating opponent in the Mother Clucker. And he put in a hell of a fight. I mean, I have to hand it to him. That was a tremendous showing. And Trevolution, you really shouldn't be ashamed of that match. No matter who you are. You should not be ashamed of what the Golden Mask was able to put through in that match. Just a little overpowered and a little overmatched in this exchange. But your winner and moving on, the Majin Buu enthusiast, the Mother Clucker. So we get to see more of him in the future. And I can't wait to see more of this guy. He scares the living hell out of me, but it's going to be a great time watching this dude compete. With that said, it is time for our main event of the evening. Match number 2. You are seeing that correctly, folks. It is the one, the only Matt Hardy against former member of the team known as Buzzsaw, Saw. And this is going to be, we have 3 singles matches, by the way, for this episode. We're going to have another tag match next week. But we're just trying to get through these singles matches as best we can, and that's why we're doing what we're doing and when we're doing it. So, Matt Hardy was the other member of the indie circuit who was very down to be a part of this tournament. I actually met Matt Hardy, for real, breaking fourth wall. For real, met Matt Hardy. Let me tell you something, sometimes you're told never to meet your heroes. Matt Hardy is a solid dude. But, you know, like what you want or hate what you want about him, and as far as his in-ring ability goes, I love this guy from start to finish. Here comes Matt.
The following contest is scheduled for 1 fall. On the way to the ring, from Cameron, North Carolina, weighing in at 225 pounds, Matt Hardy.
Now, I might face some scrutiny, either in the comments or just from anyone who might be talking to me, about why it is I like Matt Hardy. So let me break it down. Let me tell you why the colonist thinks that Matt Hardy is just the best thing since sliced bread. Matt Hardy, when I was young, when I was just becoming a wrestling fan, and I grew up during the Attitude Era. Now let me define what that means. That means I was like 4. I was 5 years old in 1998. I was not watching wrestling then. I was getting my knowledge from my cousins, who were all into DX. My cousin Matt was into the NWO. My cousin Jeff and Eric were about DX. And before I continue with this story, let's bring out Saw.
And the opponent, from New Orleans, Louisiana, the Soldier.
So Saw, one half of Buzzsaw, representing Joshua Campbell's team. And Matt Hardy, okay, now back to this. So that was all I knew. So I started growing up with 2 different wrestling influences. Once I started watching wrestling, which was in 2002, which was right at the start of Ruthless Aggression. I admittedly grew up a Ruthless Aggression lover. And if any matches that I will go back and watch, I will watch 2002 to about 2007. And it's only some portions of 2007. But 2002, 2003, that was my golden age. Matt Hardy was a great heel at that time, at least of my opinion. Matt Hardy was a great heel. And The other thing, because he just like whined and complained, he just didn't care, and I thought it was fantastic. The other thing I thought was so great about him, though, is that his storylines were just so much more detailed. They were just more like thorough, and they meant more emotionally than anything else. And you could say the problem with Matt is that everybody compares him to Jeff, but if you look at Matt from a solid just say Jeff Hardy didn't exist. Let's just say in theory Jeff Hardy didn't exist. And Matt Hardy, you could argue, wouldn't have gotten the recognition he deserved. But let's just say Matt Hardy had the same exact career and Jeff Hardy wasn't in the picture. A lot of people would talk about Matt Hardy differently, and I think would respect his talent more than they do currently. The match has begun. Saw now wrenching the leg of Hardy. Hardy not going to tap out here in this preliminary set. The thing about Matt Hardy is that he really grew and matured through the Attitude Era, and by the time the 2005 match and the 2005 rivalry between Hardy and Edge came out, that was gold. I don't care what anyone says, that rivalry was gold. And the other one that was gold was when they did the rivalry with Matt and Jeff in 2009. And I'm so happy Hardy got his WrestleMania moment. Seriously, I could not tell you how happy I was that Matt Hardy won. Like him or hate him, the guy's a solid dude personally. And the other place that I got my influence from wrestling was the game SmackDown Just Bring It. WWE SmackDown Just Bring It. And me and my best friend at the time would play nothing but the Hardy Boys. And John would always choose Jeff. And I always had Matt. And I loved it. And I grew attached to Matt just because of the stigma attached to him. Like, he's who I grew up with. And it was just a punch to the face. And yeah, you could say, well, why didn't you like anybody, better? And it's like, I do. But Matt Hardy has a very childhood connection to me. And now going with that, almost a Ferris wheel type roll-up, is it going to be over here, the cover too? And no, Hardy kicks out. So back to the match. I'm just letting you know why Matt Hardy's here, why I'm a fan of Matt Hardy. And thank you, Matt, for being such an awesome guy. To me, personally, when I met you, one of the coolest days in my life, and I will never forget that. And so I appreciate everything you've done. I know you can't hear me because you're in the middle of a match, but thank you. Thank you for your time. And let's move on. Let's go back to the match. Matt Hardy could be the GutCheck champion if he wins this string of matches. So far, not getting the better of the exchange is Hardy. Saw seemingly taking a little bit of control. And the referee's count now was going to be up to 4. Saw just leaving the ring, didn't really have much else to do this time. And now both of these men still in the feeling out process. And, the other thing that I also appreciate about Matt up until 2011 was his loyalty. Jeff Hardy left WWE in 2003, I think? Late 2002, 2003. Went to TNA, and then came back, and Matt Hardy was still in the games at this time. He was still making those rivalries, and I think that time away from Jeff really got Matt the opportunity to grow as a competitor. And I think it's so worth it. A nice swinging neckbreaker, perfectly executed. The man who can slap a tornado and will not die is Matt Hardy. And now Matt wrenching the arm of Saw. Will Saw tap out? Saw looking to stop this outsider, if you will, from advancing in the tournament. We saw that happen between Magma and Carlito last episode, which is another great episode, which if you haven't watched, I highly recommend that you do. And now groin attack, take a drink. Luke Goss, as usual, doing nothing. But these guys definitely want that prize. They want to be the very best, like no one ever was. And that is what it is all about here in CIW, is making that statement, making the definitive gut check. Saw leaving the ring again. And every time Saw gets in a predicament, he always seems to leave the ring, avoid contact with his opponent, which may or may not be a good thing. Because not only is it giving Saw time to recover, but it is also giving Hardy time to recover. And now right hand. A vicious right hand, and now a thumb to the eye by Saw. Saw definitely not appreciative of the fact that Matt Hardy was even asked to be in this tournament. But Matt was so enthused, and was even more enthused to wear some of his old gear. Which I always thought Matt had pretty, interesting gear. It wasn't good, it just was interesting. But I'll tell you, my favorite Matt Hardy look in general was WrestleMania 25. When Matt Hardy was wearing wrestling tights and had the long hair it was perfect. It was honestly just terrific. Because it made him seem more legitimate. It made him seem, he's not just this crazy, he's not a spot monkey. He's an actual performer. And I think wearing wrestling tights really exemplified that. And now Saw punching Hardy after an Irish whip into the ropes. Saw, who has taken a pretty strong advantage of Hardy at this point, will Saw pick up the victory here against the man who will not die. A nice fireman's carry, take a drink. As we continue this matchup, the 2 of 3 here in this GutCheck Episode 3, also known as GutCheck the Third. Kind of a play on Shrek the Third, GutCheck the Third, so yeah. See, I'm really clever. I come up with all of my own material. It's pretty awesome. I just sit here and just talk. And see, that's the best part, is I don't even have a script. Nothing is scripted here, folks. Literally nothing. We don't know who's gonna win. We don't know how much damage Matt Hardy just sustained from being launched over the top rope. We don't know what the commentary is going to be like. Nothing is rehearsed here in CIW, folks. This is all real, live-action entertainment, and it is for you, the disgruntled wrestling fans who need that change of pace. We are marching to the beat of our own drummer because we're the ones who are holding the drum. And that's what we're so excited for, is to have our own unique product. And we try and give you as much of a unique product as we can. And a nice headlock there, a headlock takeover. It looks like it might be going for a submission. Will Hardy tap out here in the middle of this match? Could it be over here? No. And instead, Saw went for a standing moonsault off the mark, but a knife edge chop does not miss. And the tattoos, both from Buzz and Saw, when they went to compete in Japan and came back, had the tattoos, and actually are quite good. I have to say, I'm pretty impressed. Hardy at the top rope, not going to make any attempt there. Saw smartly witnessed what was transpiring and instead got out of the way, avoided his opponent, and what a thrust kick to the skull and to the chin, right in the kisser of Hardy. Saw now looking to stop Hardy from becoming a member of GutCheck, looking to stop these outsiders from making an impact. No pun intended, seeing how we are Colonial Impact Wrestling. And then we are also, nice backdrop, we also, Hardy competes for TNA Wrestling, or Impact Wrestling, as it's known. And maybe one day, or maybe in the next match, I'll talk about my thoughts on TNA, but a nice Russian leg sweep. And down goes Hardy, who is looking to recover here after Saw has been pretty much dominating the good length of this match. But will Hardy have the intestinal fortitude to recover? And Hardy was taken under the wing of Freebird Hayes back in the Attitude Era days, back in 1999, back when the Hardys were just starting to come out. And it was the Brood and versus the Hardys and Michael Hayes, a couple good sets of matches there. And Hardy now with a headlock. Will Hardy begin to rebuild momentum? Another backdrop. Seeing some very similar maneuvers out of Matt Hardy, but will that make a difference? And it looks like Saw has been pretty taken out of those backdrops. Looks like both men pretty exhausted at this point. And a nice atomic drop. Is that going to do it for Hardy? Is Hardy going to find a way to come up with this victory and continue his GutCheck dreams and keep that dream alive? In the words of Coughlin, but a small package by Hardy. Will Saw be able to kick out? Yes, he will. It is only a 2 count. And now Matt, not happy with that decision on Luke Goss's part, saying maybe the count was a little slow. Seemed pretty routine to me, but I mean, I'm not the one in charge. And a belly-to-belly suplex. Down goes Hardy, who has got to be a little bit worse for wear here than Saw. But Saw also is a light heavyweight, but what a thrust kick I don't know how much more damage Hardy's chin can take after those 2 thrust kicks, and now Lucas has become invisible so we can see the action, and now exploiting the referee's count is Saw. Referee count got up to 4 before Saw broke the hold. And Joshua Campbell would love nothing more probably than to have Matt Hardy eliminated from this tournament to keep his team in the thick of things. And let's see, Joshua Campbell already he is 2 for 2 in GutCheck matches, I believe. So long as I'm making sure that my stats are correct, which they are, Joshua Campbell has both men of his in this, and a side effect. Down goes Saw. Is that going to do? Matt Hardy going to go for the cover here. Looks like he's going to recover his strength. Not quite the same thing. Matt Hardy looking to make a comeback and a spinning heel kick. Down goes Hardy. Now Hardy trying to build some momentum. Back and forth, these two. And now with the Ferris wheel roll up. Is this going to be it for the match? Is Hardy going to be able to kick out 1, 2? And no. Not enough to put Hardy away. But Campbell's team has seen Daryl McEwen advance as well as Zephyr. So if Saw happens to pull this win out, he will be 3 for 3 for his team in singles matches. And that is quite an accomplishment for Joshua Campbell. And another thrust kick. And that might be the Saw kick. And is it over? The cover 2? No! Only 2. Holy cow, the crowd on its feet. What an incredible matchup this has been between these two. And will this be what we see? Which one of these two men is going to put their mark on CIW and CIW GutCheck and make that definitive statement and a groin attack, take another drink? And this is what we are all about. And while I'm thinking about it, your main event tonight, which is this match, has been sponsored and brought to you by AB Productions. A new era in entertainment. AB Productions. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for the sponsorship, AB. And a knee to the face. Down goes Hardy. And Saw rebuilding his momentum. But Hardy not going to be one to quit. As he says, he will not die. And Hardy refusing to say die. Refusing to quit. Refusing to say that he's had enough. Not only in this match, but in his wrestling career as a whole. Which one of these two will advance? And what a match this has been. Thank you very much again for inviting us into your home. And I have to say, I have been thoroughly impressed. Hardy going up to the top, and Saw again getting the hell out of Dodge. Hitting the skids, if you will, as soon as he saw Hardy go for that top rope. Knew to duck out, get out of range for the jump, because no matter how high-flying Matt Hardy and Jeff can be, they have a limit to where their range is, and it is only in exploiting that range that we see Saw take advantage. But Saw now down. Will he get up in time to get back into the ring? And this has been a terrific matchup against two terrific superstars here in a terrific show of CIW. Now a groin attack, turnabout fair play, if you will. And if you haven't taken a drink, please proceed to do so if you are playing along with us. Matt Hardy and Saw, you can see the exhaustion in their eyes, in their movements. Their bodies are hurting. Their bodies have been broken. Spinning heel kick knocks Hardy down. And is Saw going to go for a cover after the heel kick? Is it over here? Could be 2, 3. And Joshua Campbell's team is 3-0. Undefeated Joshua Campbell. Impressive. But you gotta say, both Saw and Hardy gave that a 5-star effort. A terrific match. And a terrific way to go out on this episode of GutCheck than to have this match happen and transpire the way it did. And your winner, the man who will be moving on in your CIW GutCheck tournament, is in fact a GutCheck participant in Saw. And we thank Matt Hardy so much for coming. Your Al Snow tweet of the day. I'll never forget what my grandfather said to me just before he died. Quote, "Are you still holding the ladder?" So, with that said, that's gonna do it for this episode. My name is The Colonist. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you at the anniversary show.